Pink Wall is a non-linear exploration of 6 kind of pivotal moments in a relationship, in a 6-year relationship. And so whether they be innocuous or sort of meaningful moments, they somehow change the course of this relationship between Leon and Jenna, who are the characters that we play.
Yeah, I think the film explores gender roles and gender expectations in an interesting way. I think Leon is a bit put upon by the expectations that society has of him as a man, and I think Jenna is has the same feeling, but from a very different angle. For me, they weren't particularly difficult to act out. I mean, in general, like, I prefer conflict over, I wouldn't know how to do a romantic comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
same.
I really don't know. I mean, I think what drew me to the project beyond Tatiana and Tom just being, creative titans with tons of personal integrity and very inspired people is their commitment to each other. I've been with my wife for 17 years, and we all, I guess, sort of inherently understand the rigor of relationship, the reality and the rigor that it takes to maintain a relationship, and that what you have to struggle through to be connected. And I think that's the best part of a relationship, is it forces you to evolve at full speed. And that's a big part of what we were exploring.
I feel like the first scene that we shot was quite complicated in the sense that it was the scene where Jenna and Leon are sort of discussing, but not discussing having children. And that was our first day. We were kind of, the process was all very new. It was all, first day is always nerve-wracking. But I think because it was also 2 people talking about something while holding very strong beliefs internally, but kind of talking up here about what, and sort of trying to navigate each other's expectations. It's hard to describe, but just floating on top of the truth, which is fun to navigate and complicated because you have to hold that real thing below, but not let the other person know that you're feeling it. So yeah, it's fun. I mean, I always love a film to just spark questions and spark reflection. And what's been so beautiful about the screenings that we've had is that people are recognizing themselves or their partners in the film and going I was in that relationship, or oh my God, I fight like that with my partner, or whatever it is, that it's pretty human and relatable in that regard. And so maybe sheds light on, expectations that we have of each other and dynamics that we're locked into that are unhealthy and limiting. And I hope that it just opens up all those questions.
Yeah, I think the movie is a bit of an empathy engine in a lot of ways in terms of what it takes to be in a relationship. I mean, we've already had a lot of people say, I feel less alone when I watch the movie. And, it's also a study not just of the rigor and the trials of a relationship, but the fun of it too. There's a lot of joy and love in the movie. I mean, there's a great scene where basically we're fighting and then we crack each other up in the middle of a fight, and that's how we get out of it. But then it's also explored as to whether that's a healthy coping mechanism or whether that's a Band-Aid on a giant gash. So I think it's constant questioning, as Tat was saying. Tom is a dream director. He's going to have a very healthy career. He created the safest space possible and also managed to inject some really profound cinematic style into a shoot that was only 9 days long. I'm actually quite angry and jealous of him. Now that I say it, how dare you walk in and just crush it on every level? It was a perfect experience for me.
I would say that Tom also, given the fact that we shot it in 9 days, I never felt like we only had 9 days. Tom has this like ability to create elastic time. He does it in life when he's late for everything, but somehow turns up on time. It's very frustrating. But he also like builds. There's a space that he builds on the set that feels like the creativity is king, and that exploration is king, and that there's no rush, even though there was a massive rush. And so I really did feel like we got to dig into stuff in a way that was like deeper than you even get sometimes on a 50-day shoot or whatever. It just really, he's so insightful, so challenging, so loving in his work. And it was really, a total dream.